Hello, how are you? It's the 1st of September. I just can't get over that. We're 4 months into the end of the year. And what a year it's been, 2023. I noticed something the other day. I can't remember where I noticed from, but some places online it goes photos from blah 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 to 2020 and then 2022 onwards. It's like those 2 years were just they need to be forgotten about because that was a rough time. It really was. Locked in our houses and feared to breathe and afraid to go and see our elderly parents or our grandparents or our friends or so I'm glad those times are over. And I think 2023 is just sort of the year we started getting back into normal life again. And rightly so. Last year ended in a sort of a low because, well, in September last year we lost Her Majesty the Queen. And then this year we had the coronation of King Charles III, and that was a big deal. I'm not a big royalist, but it was a moment in history, you know. When you think about it, a lot of coronations, the Queen's coronation was talked about for 70 plus years. So, you know, King's coronation is going to be talked about for years and years to come. So I believe this year's been it's been a historical year, comes to that sort of thing, you know. And we've lost so many of the greats, you know, and TV. I'm talking about TV and film, you know. This year's been a rather odd year for me because I've suffered a wee bit of health. You know, at the start of the year, I had a chest infection, I had chest pains, and then now I'm off with vertigo. I've had vertigo. Although I'm going back to work on Monday. This is Saturday. This is Friday, the 1st of September. So I'll go back on Monday the 4th. And the vertigo, the kind of the dizziness has left me, but the lightheadedness is still there. So and our family, my wife's family, we lost my wife's uncle there a week ago today. We go tomorrow actually. And it's just it's been a it's been an odd time because I shared a tear for him because I was quite fond of him. I visited him in the nursing home and I was quite fond of him, very fond of him in fact. This man had a brain injury 20 years ago and his life had been okay. It hadn't been the best, but it was okay. And since getting to know Laura and moving in and the family and knowing the family and becoming part of the family, and I got very fond of Willie and Willie got to know me as well. And the family say things like whenever he saw me, his face lit up because I just carried on with him, Yeah. And Willie was a prankster anyway. I was hearing stories the last few days over his wake and funeral of different stories of Willie was a prankster, you know. So we've been going through that recently, and I had started recording this a couple of days ago, but I thought, no, I'll wait till the 1st of September. But to think that we have 4 months left of the year, 1st of September, I don't put it up on Facebook anymore because there's somebody going to argue with me, and you're probably going to argue with me too. It's the first day of autumn or the fall, and according to the meteorological calendar, it is, but according to the seasonal thing, it's not to the 21st. But I don't care. This is the autumn for me now, and I love the autumn time. I love the fall time. I love when the leaves change colour. I love the darker evenings. Don't get me wrong, summertime, I love the summer. I love the fact that there's long evenings and you can be outside and do things. Oh, sorry. I'm too tired after the last few days, but but I love the dark evenings. I love coming in and getting snuggled up and putting on my log burner and watching TV. And two of my favourite times of the year happens this time of the year: Halloween and Christmas. And yeah, this year was a year where I made new friends. I met a guy named Gary. I'll not say how we met, but he'll not mind if I tell you, but I wouldn't tell you. But we met, and it was like as if we were meant to meet. We both love we both love the PlayStation. We both love playing video games, and we both like Halloween and Christmas. And he's 20 years older than me, but we've now started doing my radio show together, and we go out maybe once a month in the car, and we both have a love um for butchers. We love going to the butcher shop, and he introduced me to chili sausages. It's random. Um, yeah, I'd never eaten chili sausage before. So Gary brought me to a butcher's one day, and there was chili and orange sausage, and he says, "You have to try them." So I bought them, and I'm not eating any other kind of sausage anymore. So, and I met a guy called Dave on the PlayStation. I got this year. I got a PS5. Yeah, it's been a good year for me. PS5. Met Dave through Gary on the PS5. Yeah, he's a guy who lives in Kentucky, and I've been hearing all about. I love hearing about American culture, and Dave tells me all about Kentucky and about where he's from and what celebrities he's met, and I love all that. So yeah, it's been a good year. It has been a good year, you know. Um, Obviously the war in Ukraine still going on. It's a sad thing. It is. It's quite. It is. The war between Russia and Ukraine. But yeah, this has also been a year that I have become fascinated with conspiracy theories. Always was, but this year it's just become more prevalent. And some of them I believe. Some of them I believe. I'm not an anti-vaxxer or anything like that there. And I'm not a flat earther. But there's a few things that I fascinated with the fact that they've now discovered, not that they've discovered it, but now that I've discovered that people believe that the Antarctic, the South Pole, is actually a wall of ice, and behind the wall of ice there is another continent. I and the world governments are hiding it from us. That's far fetched, but I like it, and I like the idea that there's another world back there, and there's maybe people back there, and it's not aliens. Oh, that's another thing. At the beginning of the year, there was an alien invasion imminent. People were seeing unidentified objects flying in the air. That was quite a bit fun, but yeah. So I wouldn't say I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I'm a romantic person. I romance it. I flirt with the idea that these things could be real. You know, um, Laura's doing not so good, not so bad. I mean, she had a few bad couple of months there, but gosh, I'm just very tired. She's doing well. Um, yeah. Um, what else? just to, I always just like to sit and think on September 1st what things will be like this time next year. I hope the war's over. And I hope that America has somebody sensible in the Oval Office. I hope that we have a better Prime Minister here in the UK. And I hope that Northern Ireland has an acting government. Yeah. People don't laugh anymore. That's something I've discovered this year, really. Sort of, I knew it from years ago, but people don't laugh as much anymore, and you're not allowed to have an opinion anymore. And your opinion, no matter what you're fighting for, or no matter what you're saying, someone else will come out and say, "You're wrong, I'm right," and you have to say, "Well, no, I don't think you are," but they'll fight you and put you down until you have to submit their opinion. But what happened to agree to disagree? That's all not a thing anymore. But anyway, this has been a funny year though too, because we had a heat wave here in June, and then we had the wettest July on record here. And it was June that I started having my dizzy spells, but anyway, yeah. So it's been a funny old year, and yeah, I look forward to seeing what September, October, November, and December have to offer. I'm hoping to do something this Halloween. I've missed out. I used to be involved in a Halloween haunted house in Ballycastle. It's on it's a lovely little seaside town in Northern Ireland, where I live in Ballymoney, but it's Ballycastle. And Ballycastle used to have a haunted house every year for years, and I had sort of helped out in the last two until COVID hit. Now they haven't been getting their grant or their money for it, so it's no longer happening. I'm a bit bereft about that, because I enjoyed the crack. It wasn't the soul of it being a haunted house. It was more the fact of the friends that you built, talking to people, and we were all volunteers, and we would have spent a day building the thing, and then we'd have spent the day, setting everything up. You'd have built the corridors first, and then you'd have set everything up another day, and everybody got to set up their own rooms, which was class. And then the fact that you could scare people was fun. And then the tidy up afterwards. You sort of started the corridors. Everything took hours and hours to put up, and within minutes, whenever they closed the door at the last client, everything came down in 10 minutes. It was just wow. It was just like that. So I will miss that there, and hopefully, like this time next year, they'll maybe have their money for that. But anyway, I've bored you enough. I hopefully start vlogging very, very soon. I would really love to do that again. I haven't done it properly. I thought about doing Vita in April, and then again in August, and now it's September Vitas. This could be day one. Yeah. Yeah, it could be. All the best, folks.